How's it going, Tom Nook's minions? It's Jay, and in today's video we're going to be looking at some big and some small changes that we want to see in the big November Animal Crossing update. So grab those bells and let's do this. We've been waiting weeks, months and decades for Nintendo to finally update Animal Crossing New Horizons, and a supposedly big one is coming in November. So in today's video we're going to be looking at some ideas and quality of life changes that we hope Nintendo will introduce in a future Animal Crossing update. So let's do this. Throughout Animal Crossing history, coffee has been super important for the series. It's taken Nintendo over a year to brew, but we've finally gotten confirmation that Brewster is on the way. And going by the Nintendo Direct teaser, the old bird is set to return in the November update, and it looks to be tucked away inside the museum, a little throwback to the earlier games in the series. But one thing that would be great to have would be the option to decide where to place the roost. New Leaf introduced a dedicated building, and for those who have space, it would be great if Tom Nook kind of allowed us to make that decision. And having looked on Twitter, it's very much divided. Some of you want it inside, but some of you want a dedicated building. Why not have the option for either? New Horizons has a ton of objects, so many things to buy, lots of things to decorate over your island. Being able to place objects outdoor was a serious game changer, but at the end of the day, they're just objects. Static, glowing, very pretty things. One way to revitalise the game would be allow players to take part in minigames, so how about putting those arcade cabinets to good use by allowing us to play some classic Nintendo games? Or how about letting players go for a little game of darts in the bar, or maybe jam together using simple notes and buttons with the instruments, or maybe even the ability to use bicycles and scooters to race around your island. There's so much potential for really quick, easy and simple minigames that could make island hangouts just so much more fun again. Ever wanted to climb higher to the very top, the pinnacle of your island? Well, if you build that fourth layer of delicious cliffy goodness, Tom Nook says no. No, it's too dangerous, one must not climb further. There are unofficial ways to kind of glitch the system though and get up there eventually, but there is no official way to make those giant mountain dreams a reality. Imagine if Nintendo allowed players to finally build a little bit higher. A house tucked away in the mountains would be incredible. And speaking of climbing, why is there a restriction on the number of bridges and stairs? You can only have 8 of each on your island. Yep, that's right, 8 bridges, 8 staircases, and for complex island builds and even just having pretty stairs leading up to your museum, it's such a restrictive limitation. Why not bump that up to like 10, maybe 15 of each maximum? It would allow creators to focus on building and creating instead of having to constantly tally up how many are in use. And talking about bridges, why do they need to be over water? A way to get around some of the limitations in numbers would be allowing bridges to kind of link together areas with players able to walk on top or underneath. Imagine having a shopping and residential district, each on different levels, and instead of having to use up 2 sets of stairs to kind of connect them together, a little bridge would make things so much better and allow for some super creative ways of really revitalising your cobwebbed, stained islands. One of the most frustrating things about New Horizons has to be relocating buildings. When they don't line up, you end up splashing bucket loads of cash to a certain raccoon. 1 wad to move a building to a completely and totally unnecessary spot, and another to move it back again by like 1 square. Nintendo could really allow players to at least move a building within kind of a small grid. Another quality of life improvement could be the option to bulk demolish terrain, a bit like the cleanup service but for landscapes and structures. Earlier this year I built a Mario themed assault course and it took absolutely ages because the existing structure had to be torn down 1 square at a time, water features had to be removed, objects had to be picked up, and for your passion project in New Horizons it could be so time consuming and frustrating. A simple option to draw a grid and demolish or build would be incredible, allowing for quicker terraforming. Any objects in the way would just be removed and sent to your recycling bin or your pocket. Building in Animal Crossing can be so much fun when you first start playing, but it really does need to be optimized. We've had amazing Mario themed items, but other franchises are celebrating their milestone anniversaries this year as well. You've got Sonic, Mario, Pokemon, Metroid and Zelda, the big five that definitely need a nod in Animal Crossing. Imagine Sonic themed items, Zelda weapons, Metroid ships and creatures. Nintendo have such a big history and they should really bring this into Animal Crossing more. So there we go, just some of the changes that we hope Nintendo will introduce in a future Animal Crossing update. What do you think? Do you agree? What ideas do you have for Animal Crossing? Let us know with a comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button. If you want to see more Animal Crossing, more geeky and Nintendo videos, be sure to subscribe. And before you move on to the next video, be sure to check out our exclusive merch, geeky and gaming designs voted for by you. A big thank you for all your support, links are below. And there we go, a few suggestions to revitalise the Animal Crossing experience. A big thank you to you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.